Praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans, the number one. We're so glad, we're so honored that you've taken the time to join us once again for another stimulating conversation about those things that we believe matter to you most, but always from a kingdom of biblical perspective. We want to give you insight into the now that you're living, but always from a biblical point of view. So you'll know what God's answers to your questions are, what God's solutions are to your problems that you're facing every day. So we're inspired that you've joined us once again. Why don't you do us a favor? Like us. We need about 1,000 likes today. Subscribe to us. Won't cost you a thing. Just help us in the algorithm get this on point message out even further. Give that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, so that you'll know every time one of these great conversations comes on. We're so glad you could join us. To our legacy callers, welcome once again. To those first-time callers, welcome. We look forward to speaking with you today on a variety of subjects. Nothing is avoided here on Point, so we just agree to be disagreeable. We agree when we disagree. We're agreeable when we disagree. So, we can have opposing points of view. But we look forward to speaking to you, but always from the biblical perspective. Remember that. That keeps our conversations civil, keeps them on point, if you will, keeps them within the bounds of spiritual conversation. You can give us a call toll-free, 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, 867-866-74 Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. Of course, joining us once again is our world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas A. Smith.
Good morning all.
How you doing, man?
Hanging in there, good.
School year started again, huh?
Yes, and then dance rehearsal starts back on Monday.
What?
Yes, I thought about the day. I was like, Lord, we back in it. Back in it.
Dance rehearsal begins Monday?
Monday, yes, sir.
That means Monday becomes an extraordinarily long day again.
Long day, yes.
Okay, so we'll have the crew with us literally
all day. Yeah, we back in it.
And then mine have to stay with me through class.
Mm-hmm. They're all upstairs. They all hang out together.
Yeah, they they're gonna be friends for life, man.
Yeah. So just have fun, y'all.
Yeah.
I know.
So, I really don't know where to start. I'm wondering what is the passionate pursuit of erasing African American history from everything in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually don't use those absolute words,
Mm-hmm.
but there seems to be this concerted effort to move anything that has to the negatives of our history.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a desire to move it out of the way, act like it didn't exist. But here's the problem. If I need to erase everything online, everything in the museum, am I not already acknowledging that it has existed and it was bad and it happened?
Mm-hmm.
And me merely saying, okay, we're going to take, are books next?
Well, they started that a couple years ago, removing certain books from the schools.
Okay.
And now next to this that you're speaking of. But what's always interesting is that we got to get over it. We got to move on.
Yeah.
But they don't want to get over the Confederacy. Not all of them. Let me preface that.
Okay.
A group of them.
Okay.
They're still waving their Confederate flags.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all lost.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this fantasy lie of America that people feel like they need to live in. Anything that counters that, we got to get rid of it.
Yeah. And I find it amazing that our president clearly stated after he got in office that he was going to bring free speech back to the United States. Now, I didn't know free speech had gone anywhere. As far as I knew when he got elected, there was free speech. Obviously, there was free speech during the campaign season. There was free speech before he started, So this administration did not have the burden of restoring free speech. So now I'm starting to wonder if free speech has to do with who's talking.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It is.
So now I can, if I'm on the right side or the accepted side, I can spew all the hatred I want. I can make all the jokes I want. I can even give you nicknames if I want that are derisive.
Yep.
But you are not supposed to say the same thing about me.
No.
Because that is not free speech.
That's hate speech, according to them.
Okay.
Because there's this lie that over the past few years that conservatives, and those on the right, were controlled by what they said. We couldn't say certain things. And people got fired for saying some things, but I'm like, but look at what they said. Of course they got fired for what they said. And then we saw people not get fired for heinous things that they've said.
Absolutely. Or did.
Or did, yeah, or did. So like, but again, it's the thing that gets me. They tell everybody else stop playing the victim.
Yeah.
But the whole platform is built on being a victim.
Absolutely.
It's victim of the left, victim of progress, victim of this. And it's all a bunch of complaints about what's bad happening to us. And I believe they voted against stuff more than they voted for stuff.
Absolutely.
And that was more, yeah.
And we've been saying it for a long time in this country. I can't speak for other places. But who does it determines what it is. Who determines what.
Yep.
And it's repeated over and over again. I'm not sure. I am sure that Christians need to understand. I'm talking about bona fide Christians, not Christians who have hate as part of their platform, because I don't believe if you're a follower of the Lord, hate can be a part of what you believe. I don't think you can, it feels like as a nation, we're not only trying to erase the negative parts of our history, but we're actually trying to either rewrite or edit what the Lord Jesus did.
Yeah.
When he says, love your neighbor, he's not just talking about the person that lives on your block. But even that is too much for us in this country now.
Yeah.
I don't know how you profess to be a Christian, follower of Jesus, and hatred is part of your platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Discrimination is part of your platform. Violence, part of your platform. Manifesting excuses to commit crime, part of your platform. Somebody needs to explain this to me.
Yeah. It's that trying to fit, instead of trying to evolve, I'm going to say evolve, but you run America based off the kingdom. We're trying to make the kingdom America.
Absolutely.
And that's what's been perpetuated for years. And I remember we were took this history class in college, and we were going through Manifest Destiny when it was Americans, for those that don't know, it's Americans' belief that God gave them the right to move from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, to conquer all the territory.
And conquer everything.
And that's God's way. God wants us from sea to shining sea, as the song says, right?
Yeah.
And they use Joshua's conquest stories to validate that this is the land that God has for us. And no matter what it takes, these people are enemies on our land, and we have to get them off.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. And using God as a means to an end rather than...
So like the Crusades,
Yes.
we're slaughtering people in the name of God.
Yes. That's a perfect example. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's the justification to remove Native Americans, to enslave people to help us build, is because, and they're saying it now, God wants us to do these things, to get rid of these LGBTQ, to stop all this, because this is God's land and God wants us to do it this way.
Okay, so
even though they know they're lying.
So let's look at something in addition to that, which I believe is more fundamental.
Yeah.
I need someone from the Christian nationalist movement to explain to me how doing what Jesus said to do regarding hunger, imprisoned. People need clothing. When did that become not Christian and not a mandate for Christians? And when did that give America the idea that that was only the church's responsibility? Even though they won't give the churches funding to do it. The churches cannot do what the government can do. It's a similar model in that you have people, and you're so right when you say people voting for things and they're really voting more against something than they are for something. I don't think people understand, because we don't have civics anymore, right?
Not really, not as much, no.
So I don't think people understand that FEMA, Department of Education, Department of Health, all those departments had to be created because most of the states could not handle the economic responsibility that went along with perpetuating these particular interests of the nation. You needed a Department of Education because there was not enough money in the states, unless everybody just took their property taxes up so high you moved out of your house and lived in a tent. And so these departments, when hurricanes comes through, states don't have the money, a lot of them. But then again, let's say California, who understands, commits disproportionate amounts of funding to things that are needed by the nation. And when the red states receive money from, is that socialism? Okay.
No.
I'm trying to get a clear understanding.
No.
Perhaps I've got an age barrier here and I don't understand what's going on. So it's not socialism when I need it.
No.
It's just socialism if someone else other than myself needs it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that pain has not produced spiritual growth.
No.
It's only pain when I feel it. Okay.
But when you look at America's only for us, and everybody else
who's the us?
Essentially a guest.
Who's the us? It used to be Americans.
Yeah, I know.
It's like that ubiquitous, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, term, the American people. Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're not talking about everybody. Okay.
No.
You're talking about your supporters.
Yes.
Are the American people. I remember when Mitt Romney said, I'm not going to be everybody's president. There are only certain people I was going to be president for.
Yeah.
Now, what blew my mind about that was not the statement. What blew my mind is that in that room, there were people serving them.
Yep.
And the attitude about those serving them was in such their perception of these people was like they were furniture in the room.
Yes.
So they could say this in the midst of the people who were serving them food, drinks, whatever they were doing, and literally allow them to hear, I'm not going to be your president.
Yep.
I was astounded by that.
Their own arrogance got them into peel to this base.
Okay.
We got everything else.
Okay.
But I saw, now I'm thinking about it, I could be wrong here. Help me out here. They were smart, flipped the script. Instead of talking towards that 10% and those groups up there, they start talking to the lower and middle class people. You know, Trump and them never talked to publicly to the titans and the wealth people.
Not until he got in office.
Not until he got in office. But the campaign is all y'all down here.
Yep.
The reason why you're poor, you're this, is because these people are making you poor. Because they realize.
What did Lyndon Johnson say?
Yeah. That whole thing about you make them feel superior to someone else, you can rob them.
Pick their pockets while you're looking at them.
And they'll let you do it too.
And people will vote against their best interests because there's this strong emotional need to feel superior to someone.
Yep.
And I think on some level we're all tempted by that mindset. Just in the church context.
Yes.
Silently spoken, if that's not a contradiction. I dress better than that person. I look better than that person. A need to feel superior to somebody.
Yep.
Because something in here, there's an inferiority.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we talked about the example a couple months ago. For those who didn't hear it, a college professor did a study in his class, did an example in his class, said, hey, y'all, would you rather be everybody in your job makes, say, $250,000 a year? You're the only person that makes 110, just use an example.
Yeah.
Or would you rather be on your job, you make $45,000 a year, and then everybody else on your job makes $20,000 a year? Half the class chose the $45,000 a year job just so they can make more money than everybody else.
Wow.
You give up a six-figure income
just to feel superior.
Just to feel superior to somebody else. And when he talked about it, I'm like,
I know people who are have been mistreated on their jobs for years, and have vocalized that. You know, it's unfair, it's this, haven't done this, haven't done that. And at the same time, speak about the person that's done this horrible thing to them, like they're a great person.
Yeah.
Because acceptance.
Yep.
It's like, how much money is racism going to have to cost this country?
Yeah.
Before we realize it also is an economic issue.
Exactly. The biggest buying power in this country is from a certain group of people.
Absolutely.
I mean, like,
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
I'm watching videos from time. I like to hear what people that don't believe what I believe say. So I listen to them on purpose, and I listen to them very intently.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of that in this political environment that we're in, because I need to know what are other people thinking. One of the trends I'm noticing now, Pastor Nick, is there are people that voted against themselves that are now literally saying, we didn't think it was going to happen to us.
Yep.
Which meant to me, the statement says to me, we were okay with it happening to everybody else.
Yes.
We thought he was going to take care of us. For the farmers, for instance.
Yep.
They didn't understand that these real wealthy billionaires are going to buy up all their land.
We'll let them go bankrupt.
These banks are chomping at the bits. You hear me?
Yep.
And it appears as though they're going to let them lose the land. The other part that gets me, farmers voted against what they called unfair dollars going to people in welfare, because they didn't understand there's a different term for them.
Yeah.
And that term is subsidy.
Yep.
So if I call it subsidy, it doesn't feel like welfare coming from the government. But whether you want to call it subsidy or welfare, it's the same thing.
You're getting money to do so. You see the prayer vigil they had when they were praying?
It was offensive.
It was I'm sorry, offensive. I have to laugh, but
it was offensive.
I'm like, come on, y'all. From the tariff thing, I believe they said China or one of them hasn't bought any soybeans from us.
It's killing them.
And so now you thought all these tariffs are going to be great. They're going to we pay for them. We're paying for them, not the other country.
I know. But they can't get that.
No. And to me, as a good business person, if you're going to upcharge me 20, 30%, and I can get it cheaper from somewhere else,
that's where I'm going.
I'm going there.
Absolutely.
So why buy from America but that's the thing. They're trying to keep this, let's take the jobs in America. We don't need them over here. Like they just did did you see the HB1 visa?
What happened?
We'll talk more next week. I get more details of it. That they got to pay for a visa to bring foreigners over into the country, the United States.
Okay.
Like a lot of tech people.
Okay.
To work at like Apple or Google or whatever. It was $1,000 at first.
Okay.
They just upped it to $100,000 fee to bring in these tech people from other countries.
From other countries?
Yes, to work in America.
I thought we didn't want immigrants.
We didn't. That's why they're upping it to $100,000 so companies won't pay a foreigner $100,000 to come over. Mm-hmm. They'll pay a United States citizen the $100,000. But if you want the best, sometimes you go overseas. Yeah. But some of these jobs that these tech people are bringing in, they're not paying them $100,000.
Of course they're not.
So now these companies are like, it's not worth it to bring them over. But the American people here won't work for the salary that...
Absolutely not.
Hire Americans. They're not going to work for that salary. If I can pay you $1,000 to come to the United States and give you a salary of $30,000, and you're going to help me make $300,000,
I'm bringing
you. Versus $100,000. But they don't get, I'm trying to say, they don't get simple economics.
Well, the problem is that all you have to say, watch this now. Farmers are not in the technical field. So all I've got to do is tap into the emotion that they're getting something you're not getting.
Yes.
Even though you're not in that field.
Even though you're not in the field. It doesn't matter. So I just...
It's like, I don't know anybody that wants to pick strawberries. 10 hours a day, blazing heat, have the knees to do it.
Yep.
I don't know anybody that just like, I really want to go down to the blueberry field and get a job. So the big part, here you go, like you said, voting against the people.
Yep.
And not realizing the impact it's going to have on yourself.
Yep. And this belief that, Americans will do it, but we'll pay a little more for America. No, you're not. No, you're going to complain. No, you're not. And I saw somebody say that, if it's going to cost us more just to get Americans working, we're okay with it. Not when they start upcharging. No, you're not.
And we don't understand business. If I'm a business person and my costs to do business go up, only recourse I have is to charge my customers more. If you think for a minute that crap down economics is going to happen, I call it crap down because that's how slow it falls. If you think that's going to work for you, then you are not living in a real world. You're in a bubble somewhere convincing yourself. That's not how this thing works. Capitalism requires that if my labor costs go up, the price to purchase what I make goes up.
Yes. Yep.
Capitalists don't absorb costs. They pass them on.
And this belief that every company, once they start making more money, they're going to take care of their employees better. Most of them aren't going to do that. They're going to make sure their shareholders taken care of.
Shareholders.
Executives.
You got it. That's when the bonuses come back.
And they'll the whole time say, your health care costs too much money. We need to cut some stuff.
I remember when the government gave all that COVID money out. And then Sam's Clubs and Walmarts started laying people off, closing buildings all over the country. When it was supposed to help keep them open.
Yep.
But no, they saw a windfall.
Yep.
And then they saw a way to justify, well, we don't need all these buildings now. Let's close them up. So we can close these buildings, save on the labor. I remember back in the 80s and 90s when the business takeover wave was happening, and I actually knew a guy that was the guy they would send into a company, and he would fire 50% of the employees. Profitability would go up, stock price would go up, sell everything, and kill the company. That was his job.
Yeah.
And I spoke with him, and I said, aren't you afraid that what you're sowing, you're going to reap? Well, this is the way we do business. I said, but you're forcing 30, 40,000 people out of their homes, their cars, their livelihood. And he was like, no, but he was making obscene amounts of money as his percentage of these takeovers and sellouts.
Sure.
And closing down. And the very industry he was in threw him under every bus possible. Mm-hmm. When the suits started coming for this stuff happening, the companies he was working for didn't get sued first. He did.
He did, okay.
They wiped him out.
Wow.
And they didn't come to rescue him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Nobody said, here's a couple $1 million for your defense. Nope.
Yeah. You on your own.
He was so hated because thousands of people lost their jobs, their homes, their livelihood. He was so hated. But what did my friend in Wall Street tell me? He said, capitalists eat everything in sight until they accidentally eat their own young.
Yep.
He said, but by the time they say, oops, they've already consumed something that's valuable to them.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And some of the ones at top, they don't care because they got the money, and they're going, like you said, they're going to be fine. They're going to make their money either way. Like when the bubble, the housing thing.
Yep.
All the book, the movies that came out. Mm-hmm. How you in the field and then betting that it's going to fall? You're gonna bet that it fails. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna make money while it's prospering and still make money when it fails. It just, you see the bubble and then you invest in the bubble.
Get it going up, get it coming down. It's the way it's made. I'm starting to look. I've been studying the stock market more than ever.
Okay.
And the wise people that invest understand that most normal people think the stock market is spontaneous. Mm. No, it's managed.
Yeah.
It's a managed result. They manage the increases, they manage the falls. Because they make money when it's going up, they make money when it's going down, and when it's low, they buy, and then stimulate it, take the profit, goes down again, stimulate it, over and over again. And those of us that are working stiffs, we think it's just on its own. No, they're influencing the market.
Right.
That's why when they get this bad news, if we would watch our political people in D.C. And keep an eye on what they're buying,
you would know you would know.
Because I know insider trading is not good.
They do.
But why are they always ahead of the curve?
Yep. And they never make it. I don't think they planned on making it illegal for Congress to stop doing that. But they're not going to do it.
They won't.
They're not. And they know the average person, you have to have a certain amount of intelligence to understand the stock market. It's so complex with all the wording, the phrases, and all that stuff. You can get a simple general understanding. But when you start reading into it, if you're not good at math, I think they're banking on people not knowing how,
It's another Project 2025.
Yeah.
Most people are not going to read everything. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on any smart device at David G. Evans, the #1. At David G. Evans, the #1. Why don't you like us, subscribe to us, hit that notification bell as we start going to our callers. We got Robin in Bear, Delaware. Hi, Robin. Are you there, Robin?
Good morning, Bishop. I'm Pastor Nick. How are you this morning?
How you doing?
I'm good. Glad to have you back. Left Pastor Nick all alone, but we took care of him.
I heard he did just fine.
Oh, he always does fine.
I heard he did just fine.
He even was acting like you when I said only have a few things.
Got to keep it going, Robin. You can't let you go.
He's very capable.
Right.
What's on your mind this morning?
Bishop, Pastor Nick, all I can say is there's so much going on. I think I missed my calling to be a reporter.
Oh, boy.
I think I'm going to start doing that street podcast.
Oh, Lord.
Start going around asking people questions.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Oh, Lord. But no, I'm just going to throw this out. I don't know if Tom is getting on, but there was something put on something with the Facebook or Instagram where one of the reasons that they're closing the Alcatraz place It's because they've been wanting to do a bigger airport in Miami. So I don't know if Tom can elaborate on that from what I've heard, online.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Also, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said I didn't hear that. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I don't want to talk over you.
Right.
Go ahead, Robin.
But Pastor Nick, so that way you can check to make sure that this is correct. There were 3 lynchings, 2 in Mississippi.
I heard about that.
And I think another one in Albany. And I read yesterday where Kaepernick, he's paying to have a private investigator to investigate the one, I think it was from Delta College, because they first said that they found him in his dorm. Now they're saying that they found him hanging from a tree.
Yeah, with both his arm and both his legs broken. How do you have 2 broken arms and 2 broken legs and hang yourself?
Right, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside of the campus too.
I'm just asking. Yeah. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like Bishop, being born in the '60s, I never thought I would see all this stuff going on now in 2025.
Well, here's the problem, Robin. So we had the tragedy in Utah. Those voices that had influence immediately began to blame people without any evidence at all. The first thing we heard was, we got him. And people assumed, based on their prejudices and their leanings, that it had to be somebody from the left, it had to be this, it had to be that, it had to be the other thing. Then they found out it wasn't. Then they spun all that. But the bottom line is, we were in Utah. Utah. I've been there. Utah. So the chances of it having been a Hispanic or a black person were almost not worth even talking about. And people reacted to the suggestions coming from the president and other people in office that had influential voices. And suddenly people are reacting without understanding. And then all of a sudden there's this national silence when they found out, it wasn't that.
Yeah. He needs our prayers now.
I have never heard a shooter, I've never heard the public being asked to pray for the shooter. Never.
I know. Everybody was shocked about that.
What?
I know. Well, have you heard it going around that they think that he was sacrificed because of what he was talking about, the Epstein files?
Well,
and a lot of people think it was to shut him up.
Yeah, I think there are some conspiracy theories, and you're going to hear a lot of them when anything like this happens. I do not, at this point in our history, put it out of the realm of possibility that he would be a major diversion. Unfortunately, it did not work. The Epstein thing is not going to go away. Now, they can decide they're not going to release this, that, and the other thing, but if I know 2 things, if I know America, there are no secrets, and if I know God, there's no way all this evil is going to go unchecked.
Yeah.
The problem that Christians are having is that God is like the government. When they're silent, they're working.
Yeah.
And I just see the threads of this quilt starting to be pulled apart. Too much evil, too much self-indulgence. It's a shame what we're going through. But
It sure is.
the people voted for Saul. God, we want a king. God, let them get Saul. And they complained how crazy Saul was. So the Bible's right there. You guys want somebody other than me. And they got Saul.
That's what you got.
That's in the book.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's in the book. Well, I'm going to leave this with you. Pastor Nick can confirm There was a black student strapped to a backboard by a teacher for falling asleep, and he has ADHD. So Pastor, look that up, and if it is true, I'm hoping that something was done to that teacher. But that's all I have today.
All right, Robin.
For now.
You. All right, thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
All right, love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye. So we're going to Tom in just a moment.
Good morning.
Hey, Tom, go ahead, man. Come on, how you doing?
Tom.
How are you, Tom?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing, Pastor Nick?
All right, how's things in Florida today?
Not much has changed. She asked, caller before me asked about the airport. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard anything other than because environmental challenges, the moving, alligator, Alcatraz out of the Everglades up north. But
when did they get in? When did they become concerned about the environment?
Oh, they didn't.
Okay.
What happened is that environmentalists and also the very powerful Indian nations down here, the Mississippi and Seminoles, which carry a lot of financial power, were pushing back, and that's when all the environmental stuff came in.
Now that you bring up the Native Americans, it made me think of the Cuban population in Florida. At one point was considered by those of us outside of Florida to be a very powerful economic force. But then when this whole deportation thing started, I'm not hearing about them much anymore. What's going on as it relates to the Cuban community in Florida now?
It's pretty quiet because they're on the fringe. What I mean is that they're real Republican, but they're starting to fall into getting people deported. Things are happening which I don't think they thought were going to happen.
I'm pretty sure they
and
didn't
it's
think
kind
it was
of
gonna happen to
quiet.
them. Because the rallies I saw were pro-Republican, really celebrating our president. And then when the immigration started, that's when we thought we were okay cry started.
I'll tell you, during the Hillary time, Donald Trump carried South Florida because of the Cubans.
Wow.
And I thought Democrats didn't go down. My personal opinion, I should see us down here enough. But they seem to be really pro-Republican. I think that's going to change.
You think so?
Because, to an extent, because a lot of them are business people, and they're locked in this. I don't think they see Trump as being a bad dictator. I think they have to them, if they can get what they want out of it, it's okay for him to,
even if it's deporting their own people.
If it's not their family, I'm wondering.
Wow.
Some of them did allude to that. They have the it reminds us of the black people that got out of the hood.
Yeah.
Well, I got out. How come y'all can't? Okay. That kind of superiority thought process. Okay. I came in the right way. The rest of y'all,
which is silly.
Yeah.
It's just totally ridiculous. You were talking earlier. Martha Stewart's the only person who couldn't trade. Everybody else do inside trading.
I remember in our state when one of our senators was sent to jail for some improprieties as it relates to money. And what was amazing to me is there were 27 people on the list ahead of him. They leapt over 1 through 27 to get to him, to prosecute him for what 1 through 27 were doing in a greater way.
Okay. He must have been black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So, and not necessarily a nice guy.
Yeah.
And had a great position and ran roughshod over some people. So he made some enemies along the way.
Sure.
But when they had a chance to get him, they ignored the other 27 people that were doing the same thing he was doing.
Wow.
Yeah, politics is a
yeah.
dirty business.
They'll use you and throw you out. That's how the devil does it.
Yeah, sure does.
He'll use you, get rid of you when he's done.
Wow. How you feeling, Tom?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Bishop, I had a question.
Go ahead, man.
Haven't heard you guys mention free speech like in Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, we talked about free speech early on, but you're reading my mind because I've got it in my notes here. I really do want to get into what is happening with free speech.
Yeah.
What's amazing to me is that these major corporations are suddenly without any fortitude. What are some of these guys on the Epstein list or something?
Well, ABC, like Paramount.
I asked Google earlier.
Okay.
How many people is Trump suing? Instead, of course, he was suing New York Times for $15 billion, which yesterday was thrown out.
Yeah.
And they were saying hopefully these other companies will go follow suit. But Google said they couldn't tell you how many suits because it changes every day.
Yeah.
And that seems to be Trump's way of, I will sue you if you do something I don't like.
Well, it's a classic way that I believe our president has delayed results in his own life. I sue you. We eventually go to court. Most of the time, he doesn't have to go to court. He sends his legal team. If he loses, then you appeal. If you lose again, maybe try to appeal again. But that process delays a decision for years.
For years, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's happening is that ABC, like Paramount, they need a merger done. So they need FCC approval. So that's why when the FCC put pressure on them to suspend Jimmy Kimmel, they did it because they need government approval to get that.
And
it's all politics and money. Huh?
Yeah, this approval supposedly is that Disney and ABC want to buy up some more affiliates. And supposedly the way the FCC is set up, they don't want any one company controlling everything. So Disney wants to go past that so they can kind of dip a little deeper for more stations. So they have to change the rules with the FCC. So the FCC is basically telling them, you want to play with us, you do this. So it's kind of like, backroom politics going on there. That's deeper than Jimmy Kimmel.
Somebody explain to me. Why is it right? Because you said what you were going to do and you did it. Why does that make it right?
I know. Like, yeah, I'm gonna come and smack you, and I was right because I smacked you.
Yeah,
I said I was gonna do it.
I hear people defending what's going on. Well, he said he was going to do all this. You all right with that?
Right. No, it's still not right.
Okay.
When you got
he said he's going to do more.
Right. Yeah.
So he's going to go after the other Jimmy and some other guys.
Trying to come after all.
Now, did you hear what the guy said last night, though? I thought it was pretty funny. One of the late night guys kind of said, when he opened up, hey, we're going to make America great again. He was saying everything that, of course, he said it in pun.
Yeah.
But he was saying everything that Trump wanted.
Yep.
Verbatim.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like, the FCC, the head of the chair of the FCC says we're going to start threatening the license of some of these corporations if we don't like what they're saying.
That's communist.
Thank you. Right. Thank
you.
So, but when you have Ted Cruz and Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson are all saying the FCC is going too far. Y'all running this like a mob. I can't believe Ted Cruz. Of those three, I'm surprised. They're publicly saying, yo, what y'all doing is messed up. We don't agree with what they're saying. But y'all shouldn't be threatening people's licenses or trying to pull people off the air because they made a joke about the president. When they start saying something, we know it's wrong.
Well, I saw Bannon ripping apart, supposedly, these emails that were from the shooter of Charlie Kirk, his roommate or whoever the guy is. And people are saying, we're not buying these emails. Come on, you can't originate them. There's no date on them. There's no begin. There's no end. And people are asking their kids, do you guys write emails like this? No, Mom, Dad, that's not how we do this. We don't use perfect grammar. We don't.
No.
You know, we use a lot of abbreviated words, and so they're saying we're ban is saying we're not buying this.
You know, Bishop, you say that. I don't even think about it. But if my daughter sends me something, I have to sit there and go, what's she talking about? Because of abbreviations sometimes. Oh, Bishop, I had a question for you on this. You know, Patel got in trouble for it a little bit. They said something to him. But, you know, it took them 3 days to get this guy. And then all of a sudden everybody's going to get awards for the great job they did in finding this murderous guy, considering his parents turned him in.
Well, that's. They said they caught him. They didn't catch him.
Right, they didn't. Yep.
Dad called and said it was my son.
Yes.
but they were on the news. Hey, we're the greatest law enforcement in the world because we solved this crime.
They didn't solve it.
Exactly.
And are people really going for that?
Yeah. Oh.
His family turned him in.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't.
His parents.
He wasn't quote unquote on the run.
He wasn't.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You wonder what they're doing. It's like with did you see the FBI director, the Senate, the Congress was talking to him, when Jasmine Crockett was talking to him about, and then asked him about the Charleston shooter. And his name Patel, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. How are you the head of the FBI? Like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing here?
They're only interested in what they're interested in. The other things don't matter, and all I have to do is say I don't know anything about it.
Yep.
Because he's reflecting what
That's true.
our president says. I don't know anything about it. I never knew that guy. You know, I only met him once. You know, no, he's not a friend of mine. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just standard. That's not even a pivot. I don't know what you call it.
Yep.
But I'm sitting here and I'm watching it. This guy cannot be head of the most powerful law enforcement agency in the world.
Yeah.
I
know.
Here's what I don't understand. You're in a position. You're in no danger of losing your job. If you ask a question, why can't you answer?
Yeah. Well, they might because they're performing for the audience of one.
Well, I mean,
they're wondering if he's going to.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I said it, and this is why I said it. But they can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how.
Good hearing from you, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Hey, thanks. You guys have a great day.
Talk to you now. We got Sharon from Dallas, Texas.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
All right, let me mess with you first. What's going on with your football team?
Now, you know, I don't even mess around in that.
What's going on? What's going on with the Star? What's happening?
I have no idea. I'm serious.
Okay.
I let Jerry Jones do what he needs to do because you know that's Jerry Jones.
They should have never let Michael Parsons get away. I know that.
There you go. There you go. But you know how that goes.
And you can see the difference.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now let me get on this because I got these two.
Right, go ahead.
Tom has really got everything done. But did you know that they're having a really upset because one of the guys who were hanged was white, and they're saying, how dare they hang this white homeless man? Even if he was homeless, he was white, and he shouldn't have been hung. Can you believe that?
Say what?
I'm telling you. They are upset.
Why'd they hang him? He thought he was what?
Well, he was white. You could tell he was white. But they upset because they hung him because they were saying that he was a homeless, and they hung him. But they had a problem. Yes, he was homeless, but they should not have hung him because he was white.
They didn't say that, did they, Sharon?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Come on.
But they can hang us.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. But they are upset. I had to tell you this. And my other thing is that Trump is. Can I say Trump? Trump,
Yeah.
well, I've already said it now. Trump is trying to get rid of all the black women in public office. Now, what are we going to do about this?
Well, it's always been obvious to me that if there is some tension between Republican men and females, then they certainly are going to have a problem with females of color. I was talking to an former executive yesterday, black female, and she was remarking how she was part of the 300 or more thousand black women that have lost their jobs in the last 6 months.
Wow.
And it makes me think about what was the real reason for hiring them in the first place. Because these are women that were occupying high positions, making six figures, healthy six figures, ultra qualified. So who are they making room for? It's not other females that happen to be white. So who are they making room for? So once again, how much is this going to cost us? So you're willing to thrust productive people out, give them a little bit of a package to keep them a little quiet, to bring someone in that may not be as qualified to prove what point?
To them. Oh, go ahead, sir. You talking to me, Sharon? Or?
Sharon, go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, listen, and I wanted to say one thing. You know, this is getting serious with this hanging and everything. What are we going to do as a people? I mean, you know, we're talking and everything. When are we going to mobilize and start coming together as a people of color to counteract? Because this is going to get serious.
Well, I think it's gotten so serious, and I think one of the things that I'm having an issue with is that people that are loyal to this political philosophy, black people, Hispanic people, that are loyal to this philosophy, I don't understand what has to happen for this. Okay, they're witnessing pain, but they're still in there. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm seeing videos where people that are aligned with the present administration and they're of color, they are starting to wilt a little bit because it's too hard for them to accept the fact that they voted for something that is absolutely anti-them. They're having a hard time taking responsibility for being a part of that.
Are we talking about our people?
Yes.
People. Okay, so you remember back in the day, we had the NAACP, we had our churches coming together, working together, and pulling each other up, even those who didn't have low income or whatever within our community. Churches working together. Yeah. Where are we now on that? Well, I know Dr. Haynes is working.
It's not a national movement. It's not a national movement. It's
when is it going to be?
I don't know. It's some of us. Do? I'm in conversations right now with our state government, with people in our state government about the very thing you're talking about, rallying together. But I'm not sure that it is a national movement yet.
So can we make it one? I'm serious.
Recently, I was in a meeting with the Congressional Black Caucus in D.C., and we were talking about some of the very things you're bringing up, Sharon. And I kind of think the Black Caucus is there. But when the balance is the way it is in the Congress and the Senate, from a political level, there's not much more they can do but scream. Because when the votes come down, all the protesting doesn't matter. So I'm back to something that's really, really fundamental. If the reason we don't have an African-American person running for governor right now is because only 125,000 black people in New Jersey came out to vote. That's the only reason. The reason there's a problem in Texas, and the reason they had the gerrymander, you guys are only going to have 2 representatives from the state, I think, is because our people when it comes time, don't come out and vote. I say it humorously. People of color riot in the street. The riot for white folk is at the ballot box.
Right.
So we are absolutely culpable in this result. We do nothing and then complain about the result. That is so dumb.
We got to turn it around, though. You know,
we don't get out and vote and overwhelm these polls.
Yep.
Right.
And are inconvenienced because you got to drive to the poll.
Right.
We need to do it.
Yep.
If they outlaw busing people, get in your cars. They can't outlaw you driving your car.
You know what? Back in the day, they made it embarrassing for black people to sit at home and not go vote. That's why they got out and started voting.
Well, now you have a group of people that are trying to be undefined. I'm going to use the word racial neutrality.
Ooh.
Has become like gender neutrality. They're trying to be everybody's the same. Well, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
They should see that now. It's not true.
We got to go, Sharon.
Okay, I enjoy talking to you.
Right,
Thank you.
Be
Bye.
good now. Bye-bye. So, our people have to vote. And I think the governor in California is doing the right thing. If you're going to play that game in Texas, you're trying to unbalance the situation permanently, then the blue states would support the red states, because the red states are the poorest. The blue states have to do the same thing, because they're trying to fix it so it doesn't go back.
Yeah, it's going to take years for any of this to be turned around.
So they've got to do it now.
They have to.
It has to happen now. It's got to happen before the midterms. And they can. So what if they take them to court?
Bam.
It's going to be a long time.
It's going to be a long time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I know they vote. We've been saying this for years. The national elections are important, but the most important elections are your local ones.
That's right.
Your governor, your
That's right.
mayor,
That's
your
right.
city council
That's right.
affect you more than the president does.
And the midterms.
And the midterms. So look, November's coming up, especially for New Jersey.
Got to vote.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because if you only think just the president, our governor has more to say over New Jersey than the president of the United States does.
And the guy that's running is fully supported by the president administration. Well, we're coming up on the quick end of another program. We want you to join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. virtual service. 11 a.m. is our live service here at the Plaza. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to Wilmington, Delaware, to Victorious Faith Church.
No. That's the 28th.
Is that? No, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
No, it's 28th.
Is that 28th?
It's 28th, right? Yeah.
28th?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thought I had a full day.
Oh, no, you good.
All right, so there's another sermon I don't have to do. Look, we're running out of time. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Stay strong, stay saved. If you need prayer support, send us a request to prayer@gotobethany.com. If you need some updates on what we're doing, text BBC News to 28950. If you need some spiritual information, inspiration, BBC Elevate 28950. Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. We'll see you next time on Point.